Hello, hope everyone's doing well. And this is my upcoming reruns, just letting you know what's coming and my general predictions of when it's going to happen. Because last year I did upcoming, and then there was no real case of, okay, when are they happening? It was just, here they are in order, and here are the upcoming war archives. So I tried using this year as a template for next year with my predictions. So if I'm off a little bit at first, that means everything later on will be off. But I tried to keep similar dates and similar themed events at the same time that have had patterns like that. But please don't get super mad at me if eventually this becomes off. But made a calendar. You guys look at the calendar, and this calendar will be available. And if you click on the events, you can see the event name. I put a little description on some of them, and the event wiki page, so you can pull that up. It'll do, hey, you sure you want to go to this site? It's real sketchy. It's just an event wiki page, Azur Lane wiki. Yes, I started with Musashi Rerun, and working on the Tool of Ru collab right now, so there it goes. And this will go through until about January of 2026. And there'll be empty spaces in here because this isn't really what I want. This is what I think they'll do. I would like to have more spacing, but unless you ours, but that's not how it's going to work. So I have some things I wrote down for little caveats to start off with. Rerun events are considered light and only last a week with no new ship girls added. Musashi rerun we just had, that only lasts a week, and then it's over with, and we get any new characters. It used to be a full 2 weeks, and then we get 1 or 2 new characters. They've stopped doing that. Mini events get their characters added permanently to the appropriate pools with no rerun. So the most recent example I can think of is with Joffre and the Angel of Iris. So Joffre, I think Enterprise, and the Domptable. Those 3 all get added permanently. And let's see what else I got. Certain characters like the Lunar New Year and the Muse or the Idol events and Tempesta don't get proper reruns. So the Lunar New Year girls, so the beginning of the year, they all get added permanently, and it's usually light pull. So. And maybe the skins will be added permanently relatively soon or during the next rerun. But there should be a new Lunar New Year. The Muse or Idol events have had the previous year's girls in the pool, but at a reduced rate. I don't remember if the most recent one had a separate banner for the season 2 Muse or not. But generally, they've been on the banner, but not at rate up, at the same rate as the event dropship and the map ship and the shop ship. So whoever that is, they're the same, like 2% or whatever rate it is. And let's see, Tempest events, there's only been 2 big ones, and then when Royal Fortune came out, but they've all come around at Halloween, so that's what I have for Halloween. And they do the not on rate up, but in the new gacha pool, and most recent one had a separate banner for the old, or I guess the previous Tempesta event on its own banner. So you can try and get them there if you run around for it. But for the next one, it'll be like Fancy, Amity, all those will be on not rate up and have their own separate banner if they continue the pattern. This could change. I don't know. That's all the notes I have. Let's get started. So, like I said, you can check the calendar, the dates, the events. This is in Pacific time. That's why it ends on a Wednesday. So, depending on daylight savings, it'll be either at midnight or at 11 p.m. So, right now it's at 11 p.m. So, coming up for December, one more thing. We are supposed to have a new event every month of some variety. So, be aware that once a month will be a new event. And coming December, we should be having a new UR for the winter UR. It's about the time we get it. Either beginning of the month, middle of the month, and runs to like about mid-January. I think we have to call to arms on the 12th. And the new URs, where I don't have any idea what the faction will be this kind of salmon color I think I put. Yeah, pinkish color. Kind of mimic the rainbow. I don't have a rainbow. Got limited availability on Google Calendar. And then a week later with the new UR event. So we could get the announcement of the characters here on the 13th, my guess, or a drip feed, depending on if they want to do a stream. They'll probably do a stream because they tend to do like a Christmas themed stream. And that's where we got the iconic of Mafia-san, licking the Mandarin. And with the new UR event, and that will run 2 weeks. And the new Call to Arms at the same time. That way you get the bonus EXP the first week. And then you can use those characters, use the bonus XP on if they're max level broken. You get points for the border frame. So your secretary can have a nice cool border frame themed on whatever faction it be. I'm thinking it'll be either a Royal Navy or one of the smaller factions like Sardinia be getting AUR for this one. I could be completely wrong. And at the start of January, I'm thinking we're going to get Operation Convergence to rerun. Now, this is a smaller event with Ironblood. This was supposed to come out before Musashi, but they moved it around just so there'd be a little spacing between Musashi and the upcoming UR for the winter. But you have Lucia. She is the event shop ship and the map drop. And you have Brunhild, battlecruiser, and destroyer Z16. Lucia's a pretty good tank, just a better Eugen. And Brunhild has some interesting skills. What's I write down for her? She gets a special attack when her main gun finishes loading that inflicts speedy buff, so we love slowing. With an additional 80% activation rate on a second barrage, that goes up to 100% if she has an H gun equipped, or there's another Ironblood in the fleet with her. And she will buff the accuracy of battleships, battlecruisers, and aviation battleships if there are 3 ships float in your main fleet. And if she has Ironblood gear equipped, she deals 15% more damage to light armor enemies. Now, I wrote down that just because I had notes for her. I'm not going to go super detailed on all these, but Lucia's going to pick up as a tank. Brunhild, she's nice for light armor enemies, and she does fill that role of battlecruiser for hard mode sages, if they have the hard mode requirement. Skins, we have a sports theme. So Blucher is doing snowboarding, doing the melon pan run. This one got the Essex detective, high jump, gone fishing, bunch of different sports themed ones. And the Zuzu, I believe, has been added permanently. Now, for the map drops, I wanted to pull this up. SB3, you can get Graf Zeppelin from the boss node. So this only has 4 stages and then SP stage. But stage 3, only level 60, you can get yourself Graf Zeppelin. So if you really want her, good place to get her. You also get a Yorktown, Vestal. For anyone else, I wasn't too impressed with the gear. You can get Renown, which is not bad. Saratoga Unicorn, pretty early on. So, decent little just padding event. So, I wouldn't go crazy with their cubes. Lucier, probably the best from here. Next up, Rondo at Rainbow's End. So, Ironblood heavy. And this will be for the War Archives. There could be a mini event in here somewhere, but I add some space just so we have a break after all of this. Rondo at Rainbow's End. This is the Kaiserlich Marina ships, but they're in the Ironblood. Once FDR, or not FDR, FDG raised some Scappa Flow. Saints and Lutza, very good. Like both of them. Emding has nice skins. And what else? These all we add permanently, so Halloween themed. With Emden, let's U47, Elbing, Sheffield, Thurgan, and York. But York's here too. Yeah. Sadlitz, when she gets added permanently and is a map drop, very worth picking up. And let's look at the maps. What you can farm. Hardmode stages, that's the best one. Rafspay. Some submarine stuff. Nothing too exciting. It's decent gun. We can get it from doing PR research. But yes. Rondo Rainbow's End. War Archives. Probably in January. And then I put some padding here. There could be some small events, like just skin events, and maybe just like a little elite character you can get. But on the 30th is the Lunar New Year event. So this will last for 3 weeks. Usually it's only 2, but for certain events, they get to be 3 weeks. Be aware at this time that Yostar is going to be out of the office. So if you have customer service complaints, there will be a delay. They take the Lunar Year off. So this will more than likely be the Dragon Emperor ships, the Chinese ships. So get a handful of them, and then a bunch of rewards, a bunch of free gems. I remember that from the little red packets. That'd be fun. And then at the after that, I know I could have spaced it out a little more, but I feel like, oh yeah, because March will be busy. Parallel Superimposition Rerun. This is Yorktown 2, both Hornet 2, and Northampton 2. A bunch of 2s. Yorktown, extremely good. Hornet, I like. Just because I can go visit a museum ship all the time. And then the other 3 haven't really used. But skins, I'm not sure about these 2. What the deal with those 2 are. But they're Christmas skins. But these ones will all be available. Swimsuit themed. So Brest, Northampton 2, Noshiro, Prince Heinrich, Plymouth, Shimakaze, Yorktown 2, Trapidus, Chaklov, Harbin, Hornet 2, Katsugumo, Bolzano, Hammond 2, and Langley 2. There's lots of options here. Yorktown 2, definitely worth picking up. Really good AA. She buffs all of the stats and damage dealt of your Essex class, as well as your Yorktown class. So very good pair with something like Essex. And Intrepid. But Independence doesn't get the buffs, but Independence buffs them as well. So I like running Yorktown 2, Essex, and Independence all in the same fleet, and you get some very fun stuff happening. As for farming, you just want to stick on D3 if you can. I only got 1 copy of this plane, and I've been regretting it for the last almost 2 years by this point. This is a Hellcat, but it has rockets, and it's very good against... you can show me what's against light armor enemies. So all the extreme challenge mode stages, people were using this, and I only had 1, and I was very sad. Obviously, we have the one for Adam Nakhmov, but this is very good and worthwhile farming for. So definitely try and get a few copies. I think you can get one from the shop as well. You can. Both the Skyraider, a pretty decent dive bomber, which also has rockets. I just have not used it very much, just because it's kind of on the slower side. And I was always using the Tenorize because I had a bunch of them. But decent plane. And you get Hornet 2 here as well. Moving on. Ledge of the Radiant Court War Archive. This is Vanguard. Vanguard, Indomitable, Jervis, Bologna, and Revenge. Vanguard, very nice buffer. There's others at this point that have gotten kind of superseded her. But provides enough buffs, and especially for Royal Navy. And Indomitable buffs the damage of all your Illustrious class, which is nice if you want to run like a triple Illustrious class. I like that for Chapter 13, just because they have really good AA and they have double fighters. Also, another thing about Indomitable, their loadout. She runs double fighters, so she's good for Chapter 15 and support fleet. And then you can go look at my video on Pledge Radiant Court Rerun. Jervis is a small heal. But other than that, we got some maid theme skins. So Aegir doing the sex pose. Vanguard looking very nice. Eugen, Indomitable, Jervis, Ark Royal, Bologna, and Revenge. And then skip all that. Let's see what we got for drops. Prayer toolkit, very nice. And that gun is good, but this will be War Archives, another place to farm. So if you're trying to get Jervis, go try and get her there. And then if you get some nice prints, that's good. If not, it is what it is. March. New UR. Be the spring UR. No idea. No idea what it could be. So that'll take up most of March. And at the end of March, just so we start off a little ahead of time, is the April Fool's event. Now it's started before April 1st if it doesn't line up perfectly. This could start on that Tuesday, because they do have sometimes the events start on Tuesdays. But I just put Thursdays because that's generally when stuff happens. So yeah, so it'll be just some kind of like funny stuff and lots of memes and just little goofy stuff. Nothing too crazy. Probably some Bolin stuff. Like the Bolin skin reruns and Bolin just going on nice adventures and stuff. So that'd be cool. Nice little break after the UR. And Aquilifer's Ballad have Roma and Leonardo da Vinci, Giuseppe, Alfredo Orlani, Bolzano, and Emmanuel Pazzagano, their name. Both the Roma skin, Taio, Giuseppe, Da Vinci, San Francisco, Oriani, Bolzano, Manuel, Kumano, and Makuma. I always feel weird saying Makuma because I never see her. I always see Megami instead. Yes, check out the video I did on this one. Leonardo da Vinci, definitely the one to look out for in this event. Cool. Now she will be in the special pool. And then, starting off in May, we will have Children's Day Little Ship Girl. So this is like, I have one. Little Formidable here. Little Formidable. We have Little Taio later rerunning. Little Cheshire. It'll be someone like that. And usually it's get some kind of currency from either doing the event stages that are on the time or campaign stages after chapter 3. How much you need varies. So for Little Familiar here, you only need 1,000. X amount. I think they're all actually 1,000. Let's see. What was Little Taio? Also 1,000. Okay. Super easy to do. Just farm. Just do your normal farming. You'll be good to go. So don't know who. It'll be someone. And then it may seem like very soon after getting another Call to Arms UR, but it is the CN anniversary and they tend to get one. So who it will be, I don't know. But we'll have some stuff coming in and new characters, and I think it's, yeah, this one starts on a Tuesday, I believe. And we kind of get like offset with our dates for a little bit. And after that, and this one might actually run a little bit longer. It might run for another week. But whatever. Get the gist. And then we'll get a second Little Ship Girl. Because it's about the time when we get another one. 2 in the year. Probably something incredibly cursed, like this creature. And you tell I'm not a fan of them making Taio a little creature. Her and Oigan are terrible. You don't like either of those. So while that's going on, and it could actually start a little bit later, so it pairs up with the new event. Might be something they do. Now that I think about it, I just put that down. There we go. Get a little bit of break. But new event for the month, whatever it is. Just hey, we're having a new event. There you go. And at the beginning of July, I'm thinking we're getting Revelations of Dust. So this will be Implacable, Royal Oak, Skilla, Argus, and Hero. Implacable, very good. She is incredible. Probably the best slower in the game in terms of carriers at this point. Just completely put Arc Royal to the side. And really strong. Got defensive buffs. Got a bunch of barrages. Cross-sweep barrages. so quite like using her. Skilla, she buffs your aviation damage or makes enemies take more aviation damage with her torpedoes, I believe. I've seen her get used. I skipped out on her just because at the time I was like, oh, Taio class number 426, even though she's like number 5 or something, but is what it is. They all just look a little too similar. Argus over here, I missed her on my EXP buff, but she does give an EXP buff for your characters because she is a pro type carrier, aka a very early carrier. And then Hero. I did not like her. She is a little too close to botchy for my liking. I don't even think I have her. I think I have to wait. Yeah, this event, I just got Implacable and I got the hell out. I think I got Argus too. But skins, we have some school skins. So Teacher Implacable, and then everyone else is pretty much just going to class. Who are the guests for this time around? Marblehead, Prince Heinrich, and Umakaze. Now, as for a lot of things going on, I want to check that out. Map drops. What do we got? Got Royal Oak, Nelson. Got the Roomba AA gun, which is quite nice. Glowworm, if you want to do the ramming meta. Juno in there. Let's see. Nothing there. Okay. Can't get a D3, but we can do D1 or D2. I'm thinking D1 instead. Arizona's okay. Ooh, I like C2. Barracuda and Unicorn. This was my go-to parallel torpedo bomber for the longest time. And then I realized the Burgro intercepts, and so I started using that instead. But I still have a ton of these Barracudas, and they're still very good. So, Black Belt, definitely worth picking up. After that, we have the new event for July. For a while, might be Eagle Union themed if they don't do it for the Ian anniversary. So maybe a Ian anniversary themed one, or Eagle Union themed one, just because it's kind of close to the 4th of July, even though it's a few weeks later. But could work. And then finally, we get to the Frostfall rerun. This is the first event I did on the channel. Now, I have not used any of these ships. I got Lorislav, and then got her to level 70 and did not use her. Didn't pull Curse or Svestopol, just because I didn't want to spend much cubes at the time. And we have some Hot Springs skins. There you go. For CN players, probably not apply to any guys. Some of them are not available, or they have the Magic Fog. Yes, you like the basically just a bath towel as a skin. There's plenty of those. That's some that like wearing the robes. Like mine's finally got a skin we're happy about. Now, what was cool about this event is you do multiple fleets, or you can do one fleet. But the idea is, what was it called? What did they call it? Coalition battles. For higher difficulties, you can use multiple fleets and say, okay, build a fleet for light, feed obstructor, one for Lorslav, one for Svestopol, and one for emitter. And then EX stage, that's for SP. EX stage, you have a bunch. And I really like this event. Mixes up. It's not just the, okay, you get 15 hard attempts, 15 normal attempts, 15 easy attempts, and then you get SP attempts. Mixes up from that. And so I really like this event. And we will see a repeat of that format later on the last event showing up in this calendar. But it's a fun event. The ships, and I'm just not a fan of the Northern Parliament faction as a whole. So, cannot say, do not have a strong opinion. I do like Svestopol's design. She's pretty cute. So, after that, we get the EN anniversary. And it's likely be paired with a IRL physical location collab, whether it's at a museum ship like it was 2 years ago, whether it's pairing up with some brands like um it was the boba tea place. I already forgot the name. I want to say Sunsweet, but I'm pretty sure that's the prune packing plant I went to. Yeah, something like that. And hopefully, unlike last year where it was just California, I think Arizona, and one place in Texas that had branches, they either pair with a company that does a whole lot of places, or they pair with multiple companies so we have a good spread. That way, it's just not California gets everything and maybe a couple adjacent states get something. So that people don't have to fly to California for it. And it's a little closer for them. Just to be more fair. Just maybe only have 6 locations, but have them spread all across the country. That way, people can, who are located in, more far-flung areas from California, can actually go. That's what I'm hoping for. We'll see. Yes, I have a live stream, all good stuff, bunch of new merch. And after that, big lessons for the little lady. So back to Little Formidable. Here you go. She is that incredibly cursed doll I made the meme about. I lost the photo of the doll, unfortunately. I have to find that again. That thing was super creepy. I know it's a style of doll, but it was weird. Yes, just little character. Probably not gonna use her. I don't even think she slows. She can, based on how good her lesson is. Okay. And she can heal herself. Oh, she does heal. Interesting. I have not looked at her skills before now. And then after Little Formidable, we get the Call to Arms for the new UR. And this will more than likely be a Sakura. That is why it is purple and not the salmon pink color as the other ones were. And this is for JP's anniversary. And this one's going to last most of the month. So I'm thinking, based on previous ones, last 3 weeks, there you go. And I'll have tons of JP related collabs in Japan. Yes, this is going to be a big one. I think I missed it on the anniversary, but we should get a wishing well there. But yes, lots of stuff, lots of new characters, lots of new skins. Probably the big one of the year. Bigger than CN and Ian. And then for October, I'm thinking it'll be pretty quiet for October. And then Musashi will be added permanently. There you go. We just had this rerun. Which, Musashi being a permanent pick for the pity system is going to be huge. Be very, very good. So, excited for people to be able to get Musashi there. And then after that, have the Halloween event. Now, I'm pretty sure this will be Tempesta. Yeah, likely Tempesta. And it'll be announced during the JP livestream. And we should have some other, like, new in-game stuff. Like maybe that island thing they were talking about and showing off this past year, we implemented here. Like they showed off more of the 3D dorm here. So maybe something else come out in this time. We'll have to see. Then after the Halloween event, a little break-in. And then guess what? It's time for another UR rerun. This time, Bismarck's Vi, Confluence of Nothingness. Bismarck's Vi is very good. She's incredibly useful for Chapter 15. She's got that black hole that sucks things in. She has a summon that goes and shoots things and shoots beams and stuff. Very, very good. And she also has that gear you can get from the shop, or if you already have it from an event, where she isn't affected by the out of ammo debuff, which is quite nice for her. Because Chapter 15 is very long, and 15.4 does not have ammo replenishment, that I remember. So, very, very useful. And U556 meta, also quite good. And she is in the event shop and as a map drop. Everyone else, Regensburg has good AA. And I believe she gets more stats, more enemies she defeats, which is nice. Then we have Elbing, Not Jade. Not Elbing. We have Jade, is Elbing's sister. I think Elbing is better. Be controversial here. And actually, it was during this event when we got a teaser of what would become Houston 2, which is weird that she was in the screens with them. Because Houston 2 is an Eagle Union ship. But she didn't have her rigging. So it's likely she got swapped around a little bit. And skins, more swimsuits. So Bismarck Zwei, New Jersey, get the more booty. Regensburg, we're gonna ignore that one exists. Taio, Royal Fortune, Kawa, Ticonderoga, Jade, and Manchester. So quite a few. And as for drops, let's see. I think get some bonuses depending on who you use, actually. So from T1, you get your toolkit. So probably the last stage, HT6. That's a good gun. Her toolkit's nice. Arizona's useful. U556 meta is good. Those, like these other ones, the S, those are sub stages. Don't think you can do them multiple times, maybe. Nothing there. Excited about. Yeah, just the last stage. The highest one you can do. So yes, and then after that, we get a new event for the month. Whatever that will be. Now, I put down collab because most of the collabs have come out during November. There's been a couple that came out early in the year, like 3, I think, but most of them, surprisingly, came out in November. I'm not counting when the reruns came out. So, if we get another collab, I'm thinking around here again. Same time as this year. Whoops. Do that. And then we're going to start December 2025 off Incredibly Cursed with Little Taio rerun. I do not like her. I don't. Very uncomfortable that they made a character that is like that into this. Don't like it. But basically same thing as Little Formidable. You get the trust stuff. Then at 1,000, you get Little Taio. And yeah, super easy to do. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention with Little Formidable, if you have Little Taio in the boss fleet, you get twice the trust. So just throw some XP books on the rental one and throw her in there with some people who are strong. And you'll get her very quickly. And to finish up December and start off January, the Winter You Are for next year's winter. Once again, don't know who it is. And that lasts till about early January. And then after that, I'm thinking we'll have Reflections of the Oasis rerun. So this is a small Sardinia event that has Goriza, Atelier Regulo, Andrea Doria, and some office themed skins. Well, a couple office themed skins, and then Hood's playing polo for whatever reason. Like, okay, got Office, Essex Shrunk the Office, London Working Hard, Work from Home, Caught in the Rain, going on a flight, and then Hood's on a horse. Why is Hood on a horse? I don't know, but she's playing polo, evidently. And this one was the X amount of stages per day. And I think you could do some cool, like, challenge mode, where you, like, change debuffs you have. That was neat. But pretty easy event to do. Because only level 90 for hard mode. Now, the EX can be pretty difficult, I will say. Do, like, all the debuffs. And yes, that is... Oh, not quite. Then we'll have the new event for January 2026. And that's as far as I went, just because we're starting to catch up to the current events going on. And I didn't want to go too far in the future and be completely wrong, because I'm probably wrong fairly early on in this list. But I want to give you guys a general idea of what's upcoming. I will have the events in the order I think they're coming out in the description. That way you can kind of see the order, if not the exact date. But I hope you found this useful. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe, and especially share this one out so other players who are starting out or low on cubes can get an idea of what's coming up and say, okay, I really like that character, or I'm like, oh, I don't really care about those characters. And I know I don't go super in depth on all the characters that are being returning, but hopefully gives you a general idea of what's upcoming. So thank you all once again, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.